Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Toke Tarot. I am your host, Sarita Savage here, and I am really excited to get into this new moon reading. This new moon is going to be in Scorpio. It will be coming in around 12:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you might start to be feeling this energy now, and you will definitely feel this energy, I would say, 3 to 5 days even after the new moon on November 15th. Now, Scorpio is a sign about healing. It is a sign that can also be pretty stern, matter of fact, not for no shit type of energy. But this new moon is encouraging all of us to really heal, release things that really no longer serve us, and also usher in this energy of joy, moving forward. And at this new moon, it is important to think about how you can get more clarity in your life and where it is that you're trying to go. And it's so interesting. This is also a super moon, and this is the third one that we have had this year, and they've been coming back to back. So this is just a lot of energy, and from what the astrologers are saying, this is phenomenal energy to manifest. Okay, this is actually pretty exciting. As we move into the holiday and we go and set our new moon intention, think about how, despite everything that's happening, in the world and around us, even, if you're in the US, the election results, a lot of countries are also going into another wave of lockdowns because of the coronavirus. So we're also moving into a holiday season, especially in the US, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, all of this time where you're supposed to be around your family, have all this good food, smoke, drink, and do your shit. And things are a lot different now. So despite this, how can you have joy? How can you bring peace into your life and with others? And then, how can you help to restore some sense of justice in the world, wherever you are? Thinking about democracy. What does that look like? Is that, thinking deeper about where your advocacy lies? Is it thinking about how you can go deeper within and be more of a spiritual vessel and help inspire more hope and blessings onto others? Scorpio is also very much about digging in spiritually. So if you feel yourself maybe drawn to esoteric books and thinking more about witchy things and magic and trying to understand the healing properties of crystals, embrace that. I believe that these are all signs that are leading you to where it is that your soul's path is ultimately trying to go, and whatever is in you is trying to ultimately express itself. Before we start with today's reading, I just wanted to tell you I am still chiefing on Cambodian Thai and Boel skunk here. I'm actually at another friend's house, and I can't smoke indoors, but I can vape indoors. So I'm vaping indoors. But it's so funny when you're not like at home. Like if I were in New York, I would have my little delivery people. They have a lovely menu. I know exactly what I'm getting. I know what the effects are. All I can get out here in these streets is something called a joker. It's giving sativa. It's giving much sativa, light, happy, euphoric, very energized. But what the tea is, I really don't know. But y'all want to say, let's see. The buds are super pretty and like a really bright green. See that? Like they're green. And I have been enjoying that. That has been awesome. And I have been using my Linda Biggs rolling tray, which was something that was given away at the National Cannabis Festival's election night watch party. It was fabulous. They could very well still be doing giveaways even right now. This is a gorgeous rolling tray. Linda Biggs is a cannabis fairy artist. She does adult coloring books. These rolling trays, this one is signed. I live, and I have been, of course, using my raw papers, trusted raw. I've been trying out King Palm filters, and I like them. I actually quite like them. That is what I am smoking on. So hopefully you got something that you're toking on for this episode of What Toke Tarot. Okay, and we're about to go. first things first. And as always, we'll share a photo of the spread so you guys can see. I'll hold up the cards. But this is a spread all centered in about the new moon in Scorpio. And we actually do something pretty interesting with this spread. We pull out the death card, which is Scorpio's card. So we pull out that card, and I think that that's so interesting because, again, this is a new moon. The new moon is all about new beginnings, setting new intentions. Scorpio is about getting clarity, releasing, healing, trying to get more aligned spiritually and intuitively. I have noticed, and I did want to be able to be more intuitively aware and be able to make decisions more intuitively. And I have found that I'm definitely at that place. And I really like it. I think it's important. And because we are working with the moon here and the moon cycles, this is helping me to see how, a full process, that full illumination of planting that seed, setting that intention, and now actually seeing that intention blossom and grow. And if you watch some of the first episodes of Toe Tarot, when we were talking about manifesting, one of the things we talked about was manifesting at like a variety of levels. You might be manifesting something like really crazy, obnoxious, that it would take the grace of God and, moving mountains for this to come to fruition. And I think that's dope because that's like a testament of having like serious faith, willpower, all those things. And then you want to be like manifesting on just an even, smaller level, a new home, clarity in a relationship matter, just an idea. So when you set your intentions and we're manifesting using all of this energy that we have for this new moon coming in on the 15th, get clear and get centered. Ooh, came on the back. Get clear. And it's like, now I'm doing all this. Like, okay, hold on. It ain't even. It's cool. Get clear, get centered, and think about how you can, or think about the things that you want to manifest on a small level, on a medium level, and on a big old major level. Okay? This new moon in Scorpio spread is a 4-card spread with the death card pulled out. This is a signet. It's just kind of helps us focus on our thoughts on the Scorpio energy and the new moon. And what we're going to be looking at is, first card is, what is the mask that I'm wearing? What role have I played lately to achieve what I want to achieve? Where have my motives been selfish? Where have my intentions been for self-gain? Number 3, what have I been too possessive about? And then lastly, why do I desire control? And then we will pull and get some wisdom from our spirit guides, from our angels and ancestors oracle deck. Then it'll be off to us to manifest our heart's desire. You know how we do, y'all. Take a couple of deep breaths. Set our intention for just clarity, wisdom, joy, justice. But first thing is, I feel just overall is this energy of putting something to rest with this King of Swords. The King of Swords. Kings, represent, stability, wisdom from maybe a more mature person in our lives. This could be an actual father. This could be a father figure. This could be, a mentor. And the sword represents, that ability to come in and cut through the BS and say what needs to be said. But this is a huge symbol of wisdom. So, maybe you're getting to the heart of a matter, really understanding with greater wisdom the purpose of a circumstance or a situation. So that's the first thing I kind of felt and picked up on. And then in the position where it is behind the death card, again, with that death card being that symbol of, one, it's a Scorpio, but the cycle of death and rebirth. So, I'm putting something to rest. I'm releasing things that really no longer serve me. I'm stable and secure in what I am looking to attain in these next 3 months, this next 30-day cycle. Even with this new moon getting up to our full moon, I am clear. I'm moving with greater clarity, and even working on a project. Maybe now that a project that some of you are working on is getting to a point where it's time to let it go, and maybe you could even be a little bit fearful of letting it go. Okay, so let's just get right into the spread. So the first question is, what is the mask that I'm wearing? What role have I been playing lately to achieve what I want to achieve? And what we have is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And so the Wheel of Fortune, right side up, is just that. This is success, new beginnings, which makes a lot of sense with the new moon. This is feeling like a karmic cycle is coming to an end. Things are coming to fruition, completion. This is all being supported by the angels at the four corners of the earth. This snake coming down here is, even representative of wisdom and insight. In the reverse, however, maybe some of you are feeling like there's still some things that you are uncovering and discovering. So you're putting on this mask and walking around like everything is okay, like you do have everything all together. And maybe there are a lot of aspects of you that do. And maybe a lot of your stuff is together. So I think it's also twofold. I think for some, it could very well be the mask that you're wearing right now is that you're wearing a mask, and you can take that mask off now. You actually do have all of the wisdom. This actually is your time. You should be stepping onto a bigger stage, and you need to let go of that fear. So the mask is about fear and letting that go. You don't have to wear that mask anymore. And then I think alternatively, this mask could be about you are still working and you're still trying to figure out some things, and you're getting there. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep going within. I think, this card also is a lot about, intuition and tapping within. I mean, you see, we've got the snake here, right? Wisdom and getting insight. You've got the Sphinx here, that you would see in Egyptian tombstones. Again, like this divine, otherworldly insight and downloads. And so for some of you, you are still in that transformation process. Keep going. Okay, so the mask that you are wearing is that you're not ready to expose yourself. For others of you, it is time to step out in those shadows. And now the next one is, where have my motives been selfish? And what's in that position is the King of Swords. So have you been being fair with others in the decisions? Have you been a team player? Have you been looking at all sides, all of the options, seeing all the different perspectives? And then also, again, have you been getting counsel from others who can support you and who have experienced maybe where you do not, where you lack? Basketball players have a coach. Great basketball players, they still have a coach. LeBron James still has a coach. Professionals that go from $100,000 a year to $1 million a year, and et cetera, they have mentorship. They have people who can advise them on how to navigate what it is that they're doing. So have you been selfish in thinking that, you know everything about everything? Have you been a team player? Has everything that you have been doing up until this point been just for you? And if so, this is the time to kind of course correct and ask yourself how you can be in service to others and help others at this time. And this could also be going back to this mask that's being worn. Some of you may have a much higher calling and position. And, for some, a mentor is going to come into your life and help you to unmask yourself and step into your greatness and step into this Wheel of Fortune that is waiting for you, just waiting for you to walk into it. And I think that would actually be really, really helpful, getting that guidance so that you can navigate this path, this transformation that you're going through, and also help give you some clarity on where you might be only thinking about yourself and what you can, how you can benefit from the situation. All right. So the next one is, what have I been too possessive about? What or who has turned my passion into obsession? What have I desired control over? And we got the Hierophant in reverse. And now this is interesting because the Hierophant, is a card about even spirituality. It's like, reminiscent of the Pope, a person in authority. Again, this person of authority with wisdom, giving information and guidance, helping us to be, illuminated. And even in this, this is a worldly figure as opposed to the position that the Hierophant plays. There he, kind of step above human, because this hat is supposed to be reaching up to the heavens and getting that divine insight that the Hierophant then passes on to others. So have you been too possessive with, I want to say knowledge, but it's not knowledge. Have you been too possessive with yourself? Have you not opened up enough to other teaching, other insight? And so when it is in the reverse, it's kind of like, yeah, you're doing everything on your own, and you don't have to do everything on your own. There are guides and mentors that are available to you. And I would dare say you don't even have to look so hard, because the Hierophant is a spiritual authoritative figure. Maybe your mentor is not going to come in a human form. Maybe your mentor is going to come via your spirit guides, via lucid dreaming, via meditation, these divine downloads and guidance. Can you open yourself up to getting that information, getting that wisdom that will, again, help you and support you in this new moon transition? Scorpio is about spirituality and going within. So, seeing these cards about, fortune and angels and seeing beyond the surface, I think for a lot of you guys, it's going to resonate. And for those of you that it doesn't resonate with, it's cool, no problem. There are other readers, period. But also for some of you, maybe are you too obsessed with your spirituality, your spiritual work? Is it time to slow down and let some of the magic that you've been doing actually do its work? Are you obsessing over the wrong things and putting too much energy in things that are not producing the fruit that you really are looking for at this time? And think about why you want that kind of control. And then lastly, why do I desire control? Queen of Wands. You got that passion. You got that fire. And innately in your spirit and in your soul, it is all about being able to manifest, make things happen. You have been going inside. You have been making sure your third eye was open, aligning your chakras, and you are doing it because you are passionate about this inner work, this growth, this self-love. And so maybe it is about, for the new moon, because again, this isn't upright. So there's a blockage here. There's these blockages with taking off the mask and being who it is that you truly feel that you are, feeling secure in that space, making room for mentorship and guidance to come in and help you in physical form, in spiritual form, maybe in both forms, as well as balancing all of that fire, all of that passion, all of that energy, all of that need to get more wisdom, get more insight. Balance that, sit on that throne gracefully, kind of here with the King of Swords. Because that's a lot of passion, a lot of fire. Scorpio, Scorpion. All of that fire, all of that passion needs to be balanced. It needs to be aligned, because that will give you clarity, the clarity that you need to move forward. So this new moon, we're moving forward. So how can we move forward? We can move forward by healing. Healing what? Taking off the mask that we are wearing, stepping into our power fully, gracefully, aligning our passions. Know that we don't have to do all of it right now. That's totally fine and okay. You can take your time and trust yourself and trust the process. Also, for some of you, it's thinking about how can you lighten the load as we go into the holiday season? How can you lighten the load? Working home, working remotely, you're working a lot, and you're probably working more than you would if you were at the office. So how can you lighten the load and trust the process and trust that you don't need to exert all of this control for these certain outcomes that you want? Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this new episode of Toke Tarot, all about the new moon. We have been reading your comments. We will be having some giveaways coming up as well. So please be sure to drop us a comment. Let us know if this reading resonated for you and how your intention and goal settings are going. You don't have to let us know what you're manifesting, but how are things going? And be sure to tag a friend, like, and subscribe. Also, if you are into plants over pills and all things plant-based medicine, please be sure to check out our grow series. We're growing weed, y'all. We're growing cannabis, and that is led by our great, wonderful, awesome team member, Nicole. We have a new episode of that. She'll be answering questions, showing you all of her plants that she's growing. This is, real budget friendly. And for the novice and the experienced alike, please come, please share, be a part of the Estrohaze family and community. All right. Before we go, we're going to get some guidance from our ascended masters, our spirit guides. What do we need to know for this new moon in Scorpio? You knew that tune was going to come out. And let me just say, I've been trying. I'm at my friend's house. Laundry is being done. So I'm trying to drown out that sound in the background. So I hope it's not too bad for you guys. Hope it's not. Okay. So what do we have? Messages. We got the Hermit, which is Virgo. I'm a Virgo. And the message is retreat and recharge. Again, healing. Bring some clarity. Open up that third eye. Go within and let your light shine. Let more of your light shine so that you can get more insight and get more downloads and feel freer with taking off that mask and doing you and being yourself. Okay? So that is it for today's episode of Toke Tarot. I am Sarita Savage. Thank you guys so much. We love you and appreciate you and wish you all the best. Bye.